Hello, this is part of a series I'm doing on 39Y, where I try to discover how to play the Division, and the deck review that you will see is the completed deck review. This is not the first game played, but it's the most interesting, so I put it first. So for the baseline of the deck, I stole it from Lathan's, then I adapted it to suit my own needs. Now, when I show you the decks, I expect you to do that yourself as well. You should not really be blindly copying the decks I give you, because they may not suit your purposes and your style of play, but hopefully once you understand the reasoning behind what I'm doing, you will agree with most of what I'm saying. So let's get on with the deck review, and timestamps will be available for every single game, who I played against, what the matchup was, what the map was, etc. So as you know, I always like to start with a quote, and this was by Friedrich Nietzsche, an influential German philosopher, and he said something in German which roughly translates to, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Man does not aspire to happiness, only the Englishman does that." So this is the deck which I used in all the games. However, there were some changes between the games. This is the final iteration of the deck once I've sorted everything out. So if you see some minor changes in the games, it's because I haven't addressed those yet. By the final game, it will be this deck. So let's jump into it tab by tab. So you don't need as many CVs as you used to, because one CV can now cap multiple zones. So I bring a wheeled CV, I only get 2 in a card. My other options are a tracked CV and a BMP1 CV. I prefer the wheeled one, and then I leave it at the back. I then bring 3 cards of supply, so MTLB munition supply, great for amphibious allegedly, although I've not seen that happen yet. I don't know if it's in the game yet. And it's cheap and cheerful, but it's slow, so if you lose it, not a big deal, survive some artillery due to its armor. And then these are the speedy boys. And why 3 cards of supply? Why not more of something else? Well, the game has changed. It's all about suppression now, and higher veterancy means less suppression, but that does mean that your units are going to be getting damaged and need repair. So supply is units. If used effectively, you can see it like that. Moving on to the infantry tab, you start to see what I'm on about with the high veterancy. It's all about the veterancy now, and the games will prove this to you. So Conkers. In one of the games, I used the Conkers and it just kept missing because somebody was shooting the other way and it got suppressed. So as you upvet the Conkers, it gets less suppressed. Why do I bring it in the BTR-60PB? I really like this vehicle for 25 points. You could bring it in the truck, lots of people do, but I really like this vehicle for 25 points. The 30mm AGS. So this is great for locking down territory, and your other option for locking down the territory is the MMG. So the AGS deals a lot more suppression and has 200 meters more range and does more damage. The disadvantage is it's 10 points more expensive and you get half of them. Once again, I bring it in the BTR-60PB, and I upvet it once as well. OPs are Odd Delini Podolski. Odd Eleni Podolski. I'm definitely pronouncing that right, so whoever's typing right now, please stop. These guys are your anti-tank option, so they're a small squad, but they provide the anti-tank for your forces when you're attacking in forests with sappers, which we'll get to, because the RPG is very good. RPG 29, 12 rounds, 21 pen, 62% accuracy, 850 meters. The only issue is that they're only 4-man strength squads, so you really don't want them to be fighting infantry at all. You want them to be behind your forces, preferably not even visible, so that when the enemy brings up a vehicle to kill your sappers, then you kill him with the OP, which is what I'll be defining them as from now on. Otostrelki Metis, so this is a medium range ATGM squad. The Metis is great, I like it a lot. you don't have a fast transport option. Your choices are the MTLB and the BMP-1P. So the BMP-1P isn't particularly amazing. High aim time, low accuracy, but it has 3 armor, and it has smoke, which is not displayed on here. And more importantly, something that you may not have recognized, this MTLB does not have the IFV trait. The BMP-1P has the IFV trait. What does that mean? It means that when an IFV trait infantry unit is next to an IFV trait vehicle, the infantry will take less suppression because of the presence of the vehicle. Motostrelki Metis have the IFV infantry traits. So when you put your Metis in a house, you want the BMP-1P. When you click on it, it has a circle around it. You want that to be preferably behind the Metis, providing this IFV bonus. For 15 points less, you can get this vehicle, which has 1 armor, no smoke, so it'll die in 1 hit instead of 3. And no, thank you. Yeah, it's really interesting. So I've lost my train of thought now. So why does this take 3 hits to die? The first hit hits the armor. The second hit gets quote-unquote deflected or absorbed or re-aimed, realigned, doesn't fire properly because of the smoke that it deploys, and then the third hit kills the vehicle, whereas this will die in 1 hit because it doesn't get the smoke, doesn't have the armor. And you can't sell the MTLB anyway. Then I bring 3 cards of Motostrelki BMP in the BMP-3. So Motostrelki BMP, quite a weak infantry squad, but the whole point is that they fight with the BMPs, and the BMP-3 is an absolute beast. 60 points, 5 front armor, 3 side armor. It gets a tank gun that only fires HE rounds, but it has more range than any regular tank gun in the game, which is interesting. And then it gets an autocannon, so it can fire the tank gun and the autocannon simultaneously, I believe. But the tank gun has no anti-armor capability. When engaging vehicles, it will switch to the ATGM, which is 2,800 meter range, which is fantastic. 5 armor, but it's 60 points, which isn't cheap. So I bring it at max veterancy so it can live for as long as possible, and so that the infantry can live for as long as possible. I don't intend to be buying too much of them because this is 100 points a pop. So that's 900 points. So I also bring some Motostrelki BMP in a BMP-2. Now you may ask yourself, well, what the hell is that for? The BMP-2 I use for fighting infantry at close quarters, like Lathan told me to, and it seems to work really well for that. So this thing is cheaper, but not as good. But the whole point is that if you lose this, it's no biggie, right? Whereas if you lose the BMP-3, it's a biggie. And the BMP-3 really should be kept at range. Whereas this one, you know, you can drive a bit closer, you've still got 4 front armor, so you'll still survive a lot. And so they fulfill different roles. The BMP-3 is for what you predict to be longer range engagements, and the BMP-2 you can drive it into the forest. I then bring Saperi RPO at maximum veterancy, and that's important because of the suppression-based gameplay. They're also shocked, so they receive even less suppression, but despite this, they'll still get stunned very easily, because everybody gets stunned really easily now. It's all about the suppression. And I bring them in the BTR 60PB, because in the forest, when you're fighting in the forest, it's great to have a couple of these guys around, so you could just drive forwards and shoot. If the enemy has only brought sappers, you could shoot them with this and they won't be able to shoot back. And then I bring a card of regular sappers, mainly because I can't bring 2 cards of RPO. And I also bring those in the BTR 60PB. And I believe this is still fire on the move, but I actually don't know. It keeps changing. It says motion, but then again, this also says it's 25% fire rate, and it's not. Artillery, so I spoke about this last time. The Akatsias and the other one keep getting way more and more expensive. So at this point, I just bring the D20s and micro them. If you find and the D20 is for some reason slightly higher HE and higher fire rate, and well, the reload time's less, so that's represented in the fire rate. If you find that these keep dying because you're not microing them properly, bring the Acacias. Then I'll bring a 120mm mortar for smoke. The reason I bring it in the MTLB is because if I'm getting counter batteried, I can throw them in the MTLB and hopefully survive. Whereas if they're in the car's going to blow up and they're all going to die. Tank tab, starting to get a bit interesting now. So I do bring the tank CV. And I bring the TATB one. Which you might say, well, why? And yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you could bring either. I generally don't have this right at the front, or I use it in situations where where I hope it will survive. So I think I don't need the extra armor. To be honest, I'm going to change it right now, actually. I'm just going to change it right now and see how that works for me. And then I'm going to have to redo all these again. God, what a terrible deck review. Right, so I bring the better one. You can bring whichever one you want. So you see that my entire deck actually only has 4 CVs in it. And because of the changes to the CV capping mechanics, you can actually really get away with that now. So TATBVs are really good now, especially at maximum veterancy. With the nerf to NATO, well, there was a nerf to the increase in fire rate that you get as a result of veterancy. And if you have an autoloader, veterancy does not affect that. So you have less of an effect, if that makes sense. Like, everybody else has disproportionately suffered to the amount that the TATBV and its autoloaded friends have suffered. So this thing's on top now. And it's all about the veterancy these days. So with its high armor for its cost, it can survive a lot of hits. And because it's got high veterancy, it will still be functional while surviving those hits. Compared to enemy tanks, at least, I do find that tanks get stunned a lot more now and then they die because you can't pop smoke while they're stunned. I would hope that, I mean, I would want that to change, but I don't know if it's going to change. T62M, so I buy this really for the ATGM and the high armor. But keep in mind that I'm also already getting this ATGM with the BMP3. And I bring it at maximum veterancy because it's all about the veterancy now. It's all about the veterancy. And in the final game against Ex Nihilio, you will see this used to great effect at the start. I have 2 in the middle and they're just pouring shots downrange. T62M1, this is your infantry support tank. So you use this to support your infantry and to deal with IFVs. It's not going to kill any heavy tanks. It's just nice, cheap and cheerful, high vet. And you can drive it close to infantry and maybe survive a front shot, depending on what they're packing, and then hit them with the NSVT. Recon tab, so I bring 6 Grenzer. I'm thinking of maybe changing this up, but we'll see, because basically the Grenzer I use in the opener, and they're great. They are resolute. Some DDR tag, all the DDR guys are resolute. It makes them take less suppression. And then I bring motorized Razvedka in the Mi-8 rocket helicopter so that I can have a rocket helicopter. I can have 6 rocket helicopters. Having said that, once all my Grenzers are dead, I do find it quite hard to continue to bring recon up to the front because they're starting to cost quite a bit. So this could be swapped out for the same guys in a Gaz, or you could take the regular Razvedka. You know, there's lots of options, and you should always be bringing a recon helicopter. You've got 3 to choose from. Wow. So this is very good optics. This is exceptional optics. This is very good optics. I want 6 exceptional optic recon helicopters. AA tab, I bring OSAs. I bring 4 of them. You can up and down bet this for your will, but so veterancy matters more for suppression now. But when is your Osa getting suppressed? Who is suppressing your Osa? So it could be argued that there's no point up betting it and you can bring 6. But if you're never bringing 6 in a game, then you should bring 4. I bring the Biryusa. It is a spag. It's good. And I bring 4 of them because 2 isn't enough. And then I bring 9 Iglas. You're not buying 9, bring 6. But really, you should, you know, you should need about 6 at least in a game, I think. Helicopter tab. So I bring 2 AA helicopters for the opener. The Igla 5 is fantastic. And, you know, not just for the opener, they're great. So you pair them up, you swing them around. You don't need to stop to shoot as long as you're facing in the direction you're going. Because, you know, you'll still get 60% accuracy while moving. And it's got a great range, really good range. So you can just like swing them towards Apaches, kill them, and then run away. Just keep in mind the rear arm is less than 1. So if an enemy plane starts coming for you, you should face him. Don't show your rear armor. And now that plane nose guns are bad, these are really good. And then I bring 1 rocket Mi-24 for the Kokons. You could pay 50 more points to get worse missiles and 4 more Kokons. Or you could grow some brain cells. Notable mention, this bad boy, you can buy 2 of these for 1 of these. The gun on it is great, I suppose, but the missiles are... Yeah, you can get 2 of these for 1 of these. But the rockets are worse. And in what situation do you need 16 Kokons before resupplying? But, you know, what? Ooh, actually, it has 20% ECM. I would still bring the cheap one. Air tab, the SU-27S has gained an agility level and no longer flies like a brick. Am I bugged? I am bugged. I'm not bugged. So SU-27 flies like less of a brick now. It still has brick-like attributes, but it's good. Great plane. I bring this HE bomber. You could bring this one if you want. This is more of a blanket bomber. This is... maybe it'll survive because of its exceptional agility and its 3 availability and its 30% ECM and its speed slightly slow. But the payload's not as big, but it also carries infrared missiles and the plane gun is not as good as it used to be. Then I bring the SU-25 AT because it is really, really strong, and the SU-25 rocket because it is really, really strong. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that deck review, and you know, just to make it absolutely clear, it's all about the veterancy. This is like the opposite of a spam division, despite being a Soviet quote-unquote horde division. So I hope you enjoy the games. Thanks. Right, so we finally got a different map here. And we're against 3rd Armoured, which is very strong because of the helicopter rush that's making the rounds right now. What to say? We're on the weak side of the map. We're against 3rd Armoured, so yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I'm looking forward to it. What more to say? What is the plan? The plan is 2 AA helicopters to counteract his obvious attempt to heli rush me, which I believe will be coming. We will also be using some Grenzers just to get some recon at the start of the game. And so yeah, this is supposed to be the middle, so this is supposed to be his zone, this is supposed to be my zone, except he gets to my zone first, which is, you know, not fantastic. I reckon he's going to helo rush me though, and then if that doesn't work out for him, he's going to leave. That's what I think is going to happen. So some people buy like 10 million OSs at the start. What you really need is a couple OSs and some supply for them. And you want to keep them on the road so that you can move them around as fast as possible, as much as possible. And we need our own recon helicopter to spot the enemy recon immediately. I'm actually going to bring another supply for the helicopters once they've spent their AA missiles against his AA onslaught. His helicopter onslaught. Apart from that, yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Just got to roll with the punches, starting TAE. He's ready already. That tells you everything you need to know about what's about to happen. I wonder what will happen. So we only need one CV to cap all 3 zones, which is always good. And I mean, what can we do? I guess we can buy a mortar and attempt to advance under smoke cover. We can send the helicopters forwards and kill his helicopter. I'm going to buy 1 SU to shoot the guns. The AT-1 obviously gets the missiles as well, which is helpful. And then that leaves me really thin on the ground in terms of infantry. So, what to do? I mean, it's nice of him. He's offering me more time. That's nice of him. I need some speedy boys. I've got the mortar. We're just gonna have to be thin on the ground. That's just the way it's got to be. It's just the way it's got to be. The meta's still in the MTLB, which I said no, it shouldn't be happening. But here we are. I think the mortar. No point in it if there's no units to smoke for. So why don't we just bring a BMP one? So yeah, he did ask if I needed more time, so that's nice of him. I firmly believe he's going to healer rush me. I could have sworn I gave this an order to go here, but maybe I cancelled it by accident. It does happen sometimes. And we're going to send out the SU. As soon as we cap this is going to move to the next one. And the next one. And he'll be doing the same, if he has sense to do so. So yeah, we've saved at least 20 points, so we can buy this. Depending on what happens. Whoa, okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna die probably, but I should be able to kill him. I automatically evac. There's the healer rush. Wow, they're even in formation. Oh dear. Houston. There appears to be a target on our radar. So what's he going to do now? Is he going to curve back around? Okay, interesting. I mean, I guess he has to, right? That eagle's probably going to dive these people, but I mean, I've got so much... This just isn't going to work. Oh no, he's going to get my CV though. I'm going to leave these in the trees. So these guys can no longer be successfully resupplied by that. Okay, so his that's interesting. And I unloaded these guys, which was a mistake. I have to get out now, or that'll kill me here. So maybe it is going to work. It's really interesting. Didn't really expect that. And now his autocannons are better than mine. Oh dear, what an unmitigated disaster. Really interesting game though. I wonder if he'll buy some infantry. or if you'll just... Yeah, so his autocannons beat mine, and obviously he's got more of them. Really funny game. This guy needs to survive. Well, I mean, it would be helpful for me if he did. He's still chasing me. But he's got no infantry to back this up. I mean, there's his CV, I guess. So he's gonna... I'm convinced I can still win this. Even if I do lose all these people. Yeah, so here we go. The Bruce is gonna pack a punch now, hopefully. Please don't get stunned. Please don't get stunned. Ah, he's getting stunned. He's dead. Right. This is really exciting. No, I didn't get in position in time. Let me win. That's what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. Right, so he's only got one Apache left now. And I saw his CV. It's Bradley, though. He's +4, but that's not plus infinite, it's only +4. We're still in this, there's still all to play for. Just need to see that Apache before he sees me. Because if it kills this, I'm going to be pretty pissed off, actually. Okay. Ah, okay, he's made a mistake, I think. Although, I mean, considering how fast he killed that Ursa. Come on, come on. Right, we're on the money. Another CV's coming. Yeah, this is looking good. Really funny game. I didn't even activate my concentration music. I've been so flabbergasted by this strategy, which we all definitely saw coming, but so yeah, he's +4, but we can win this. I don't actually see any more units from him. I do wonder where they all are. I guess I want to be here. Return fire only. He's definitely out of most things. The issue is, you know, so usually they tend to back it up with infantry. I don't think he's done that. Because I don't see any. Right, this Grenzer would have seen somebody. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up here. And we're going to buy an AT plane. Are we? I mean, that F-16. Ooh. F-15 even. Here it comes. Yeah, this is the issue, you see. What? Oh, it's probably a good job I didn't buy it. What the fuck? What a wacky scenario. Whoa, what is that? Artillery, right. Fingers, what? Oh, we need recon. And my recon keeps dying. Right, so we've fully capped this because he's only got one. Oh, bollocks. I tried to unload, but I wasn't fast enough. And so now what I'm going to do is get in here. This man's just going to, yeah, as long as he can shoot. Oh my days, he still has some of those. Right, well we can't advance without recon into that Bradley because the toe keeps hitting me. If this doesn't hit, I have to... Oh, I'm dead. Yeah.
Ein guter Aufklärer ist einer, den man nicht sieht. Слушаю. Двигайтесь, но будьте готовы к стрельбе.
Really interesting game. Oh, this is going to die as well. I can't even get it out because of the... I think I can use the roads. So he got out and got back in again. Interesting. That means that if I go here, I might be able to see him. I need to retreat this. He's got too many F-50. There it is. But I don't have AT. So... sad. It is what it is. The AT is here. Please kill the Apache before the Apache kills you. I got a hull breach! Oh my gosh. That's a crit with like a 0.5% chance of happening. That just one-shots whatever you have. It just dies in one hit. Okay. Now this is a proper game. This is a proper game. I'm really enjoying this. Yes, hello. Surely I can return fire. Need a stinger. This guy's gonna go back here now. Right, he's got Bradley CFVs up here. I am +4. Because his CV was, I don't know where it was here and maybe I killed it. Oh, I've lost an AT. I think I did. I think I got it. Here we go. That's, okay. Inspired, I suppose. But I need to evac because the F-15's coming. There we go. Right on cue. Ah, Apache, and I've got nothing for it. It's crazy how much I need to invest just to keep up. Need to watch our sides. Yes, I see the Apache. Oh, it's ogre. It's all ogre. Nice! We won that trade. Lost the last one though. You know, in the Bradley versus BMP back. At least he fears me now. Right, so he seems to know about that. Or is he moving it over here to kill somebody else? He's using it very well. Unless it dies right now, in which case he's using it terribly. This is the one with the Hellfire as well. So, oh dear. Well, you're a goner. So, we're getting him, and he lives. And I'm stunned, which is really not good. Really don't want to be stunned right now. He's going to get out, and soon he'll be back in my zone. So, starts all over again. What is that? It looks like it's coming for the no, it's seed. No, I turned it off, but it was too late. Oh dear. Oh, this is really bad, and I already lost my first one. It's so dead, dude. No, I didn't lose the first one. Must have just been wounded or something. I gotta tell you, man, I'm shooting iglas at it, and I'm having a really rough time here. At least that guy got out. But yeah, he's in my zone. We can recover, we just need... I mean, he's buying CEVs, like I said, he can't be that good if he's buying CEVs. Almost out of iglas. Yeah, there we go, this is what I was expecting. Thankfully he won't see me till he gets to here, at which point I'll kill him. Damn. So will he one-shot this, or will I be okay? Whoa. Oh dear, I don't have smoke. I need to get behind my pre-deployed smoke. I'm dead. I got lucky. All skill, baby. I bought one of these without checking, that's stupid. How fast can you get back in the fight? You are awaited. And he's back in my zone. Just gotta not rush it. We've got lots of time, we've got 26 minutes. I even see him. I still see him. As long as I still see him, I can kill him. If he keeps reversing, I'm going to lose contact. Eagle. Oh, oh, this isn't worth it. I'm dead. Pivots. So many pivots. Why am I still alive? Okay. Okay. Round 2. Kill that fucking engineer. Oh my god, how many eagles did he have? Oh, it's the same one. Blimey, still got the eagles. This guy used an AT, so he killed that CV, tried to sneak around the side. He'll probably try one over here. Right, if this is all engineer flash, I'm going in. Just gonna walk into him, see what happens. Unless I get stuck over and over again. Happens from time to time. Right, we're in. We're back in. We're in business, boys. Come on, I fired first. Oh no, I didn't. I got cancelled. Get him back in the trees just to heal himself. I gotta tell you, man. This is one hell of a funny game. Oh, my smoke doesn't cover me from that angle. I perished to the toe too. I think he's out of Apaches though. And he strikes me as a bit of a one-trick pony, so I think we're going to be okay. Will I save the 90? I kind of need more people. Kind of need more IFVs. I want... Ooh, I've run out of BMP3s. It's one of those games. He's toast, man. Come on, I specifically requested a... Yeah, so he missed because of how stressed out he is. And you'll continue... every time shooting him, he's more and more stressed, so he's not going to hit me. Unless I get really unlucky. It's crazy how many shots it took to do that, though. Right, so we're going to drive into this Fireteam Dragon due to his range limitations. He cannot shoot me below 350 meters. Remember to reposition your artillery. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so like, what are you going to do about this, mate? Just kill that. No, you can't hurt me with any of this rubbish. Get out of my zone. This man will be restored to his former glory. Need to mark targets for artillery. We've got a CV that we can get up there once we get up there. It's just there's people here. wonder if I can just shoot that. It's not like he's going to be able to shoot me back. Just depends what he's hiding around here. Ah, there you go, he was hiding something. Who knows what that was? Oh. HA, that's going to be an issue. No. Starting to run out of everything, really. Right, that HA. I'm gonna just park him right in front of this. Oh, hang on, he's distracted. He can take one more hit. This engineer leader does not have AT, so I'm aiming for the Abrams. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, funny game. Very funny game. Seen this guy around before with this this icon. He must change his name a lot. So he lost his last game as well, and he's rank 34. I wonder who this is. I do wonder who this is. I recognise this. Is it Big D? Or is that a different explosion?